Okay, hi students. So today we are going to teach about the introduction of atomic structure and periodic table. Okay, and this is your future chemistry teachers. Consists of Amirul Hamzah, me, Chinmini, and Aiman Ashraf. Okay, there's three learning outcomes for this topic. Firstly, student must be able to describe the three subatomic particles. Next, student must be able to explain the differences between protons, neutrons, and electrons. And lastly, student must be able to recap the organization of the periodic table. There are also three success criteria for this topic. At the end of the class, students can be able to describe the three subatomic particles. Students can explain the difference between protons, electrons, and neutrons. And lastly, students can re-describe the structure in the periodic table. Okay, let's start the topic with subatomic particles. Subatomic particles consist of four different elements, which is electron, proton, neutron, and also the orbital. Let's start with electron. Electron represents by the symbol E. It has a relative charge of -1 charge. It has also a relative mass of 1 over 1840 AMU unit. Okay, let's go for proton. Proton represents by the symbol P. It has a relative charge of +1 charge and also a relative mass of 1 mu unit. And then for neutron, neutron represents by the symbol N. It has a relative charge of 0, which is why calls the neutral particles. And also it has a relative mass of 1 mu unit, and they are all inside the orbital, and neutron is in the middle of the atom. Okay, next, we're teaching you about the proton number and the nucleon number. You might be wondering, what exactly is the nucleon number and the proton number? In a simple way to explain, nucleon number is the total number of protons and neutrons in the nucleus of an atom. There's a formula to calculate. The nucleon number equals to the number of protons adding up the number of neutrons. Okay, so there's a example question here you can calculate. An oxygen atom has nucleon number of 16 and proton number of 8. What is the number of neutrons in an oxygen atom? I will give you 3 seconds to answer. 3, 2, 1. And you can pause to answer and calculate. Okay, so the answer is B, as I shown and write here. B, 16 minus 8. 16 is the nucleon number and 8 is the proton number. In the formula, you can freely arrange to calculate either the number of protons or number of neutrons. So for this question, we want to know the number of neutrons. So we need to use the nucleon number minus the proton number. So you will be able to get the number of neutrons. Next up, we're going to teach you the standard representation of an atom. This is also one of the most important things students need to understand in this chapter. Okay, so at the top left, the symbol A represents the nucleon number. The symbol Z at the bottom left representing the proton number. And the bigger symbol X represents the symbol of an element. Okay, so as you can see, there's a question at the bottom. What information can you get from 12, C, and 6? Okay, student can pause this video to understand this question. Okay, so now use the knowledge I have just teach you. 12 will be representing the nucleon number, 6 will be representing the proton number, and C represents the element of carbon. Okay, last but not least, lastly, I'm going to teach you the organization of the periodic table. Okay, so as you can see in this image, the horizontal row will be representing the period of the periodic table. The vertical row will be representing the group of the periodic table. Okay, students, please don't get confused. The horizontal row, left and right, will be representing the period, and the vertical row, up and down, will be representing the group of an periodic table. Periodic table. Okay, so a periodic table consists of 18 groups and 7 periods, but we will be ignoring the lanthanide series and actinide series. Okay, so that's all from me. Okay, and that's all from us. Bakau bakau Cikgu Kimia. Thank you for listening and bye bye everyone.